Today I want to talk about a really consistent message I get in my clients' past life regression hypnosis sessions from the higher self, guardian angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call them. My name's Andy Sway. I practice past life regression hypnosis in New York City and also do energy healing, space clearing, and a lot of other stuff. You can check that out at andysway.com or email me at andysway@yahoo.com. So, in the sessions that I do, the hypnosis sessions that I do, we actually bring in the higher self and we ask it a lot of questions. And there's one thing that I wanted to share with everybody today that's really important. It's a consistent message that in my around 1,500 past life regression sessions that I've done, it has come through in a huge percentage of them. And that is that your higher self, your guardian angels, spirit guides, whatever you want to call those non-physical beings that are around you, that are helping you, they cannot do anything unless you ask. They cannot impose on your free will. They can whisper in your ear, they can give you little nudges and suggestions, but they can't do anything that you don't ask them for. And think of it this way. Imagine that you had thousands of angels just waiting for you to ask them for help so they could all go to work. But they can't do what they want to do if you don't ask them. So a lot of times in these hypnosis sessions, when the higher self comes through, it's almost like exasperated. It's almost like, oh my God, we've been trying to get through to this person for so long, and they just will not listen. You know when you get a little nudge, you get a little whisper in your ear. A lot of times it seems really grandiose. It seems really unrealistic. And so you might just blow it off. Well, a lot of times that is your higher self. Yeah, sometimes it's just your ego mouthing off and having unrealistic expectations, absolutely. But a lot of times that is your higher self, guardian angel, whatever you want to call it. We have a lot of guides around us, and they're here to help. But it's just really important to ask. And one thing that they have said very often is you can ask as much as you want. You can ask 1,000 times a day. And I wouldn't do it in a lowly, beseeching kind of way, little me asking for help. What you have to realize is that these entities, whatever you want to call them, I tend to not want to label stuff that is non-physical because I think when we do label it, that's why I throw like 3 labels out or more. Because I think that when we have a strong label, we have a strong definition, and we think we know what we're talking about. But that kind of kills the mystery. Because as long as we're in a physical body, we don't completely know what we're talking about when it comes to other realms. So, anyway, these beings are part of you. They are not opposed to you. They are totally connected to you. They're just a higher octave of you. And so, there's no reason that they would want to mess with you. Sure, there are certain things that you have set up before this life as challenges that you need to deal with. That's part of the deal. And of course, for the ego self, we're like, I don't want that challenge, just let me win the lottery. And let me look as good as I want to look with no effort on my part, and have everything that I want. I mean, why not? So unfortunately, a lot of times it's not that easy. But if we would ask, and I'm guilty of not asking enough myself, but if we would ask over and over and over relentlessly, without giving away our power, then we would forge more of a connection to these higher levels of our being. And we would allow them to help us. I just did a video you can check out on how deceptively easy it is to connect to the higher self. But you don't really have to do anything to connect to the higher self. You can just sit there and say, hey, higher self, guides, entities, whatever the hell you are, help me out here. Now, after you do that, it's your job to listen, to pay attention to the intuitions that come in. Understand that it might take some time to distinguish between your wishful thinking ego voice and the voice coming from higher dimensions. That's a whole art that takes various amounts of times to master. But you need to pay attention, and you need to focus on when you follow it, when you don't follow it, and start getting a feel. One thing is that when the higher self comes through with information, a lot of times you'll feel really joyful and elated. You might have a kind of sudden feeling come over you that, oh yeah, it's so simple. Why didn't I see that before? And then what happens is you get illuminated in that frequency. And then you can start to dip after that and start to doubt as you go to a lower frequency. So anyway, the thing is to stay in that joyful, hopeful, elated kind of energy, and keep asking. Keep asking for help. Keep asking for guidance. And realize that a lot of times the guidance that comes through will not be what your ego wants to hear. So pay attention to that. And notice what happens when you follow the advice. Notice what happens when you don't. But the main thing is ask. Just ask. So if you want more information on my services, go to andysway.com, andysway.com, or send me a text, 212-505-7729, or an email, andysway@yahoo.com. Thanks for watching. Have a great day.